Peace and blessings. This is Ray Saghiwala, the divorced Muslim coach, and today we are on to video number 19. And what I'm going to share with you is something that you have probably heard me talking about, but I wanted to go deeper into it and really have a good understanding of what is insight. We're talking about insight, what it is, where does it come from, and what does it have to do with reliance on Allah and our connection to Allah. I know I've mentioned this, how insights, how we transform and grow and evolve through insights. So, insight is derived from the Arabic word basira, right? Basira means wisdom or insight. And insight is a hearing from within your soul. So it's sight into your own soul. And it is the answers for your own life. It's that aha moment, right? And nobody has the same aha moments or the same insights because we're all different souls and everyone's living different lives. Everyone's life experience is different, and what I need to hear or to learn from within my soul is going to be different than what it is for you. And an insight is also, I want to make a differentiation that it's different from knowledge. Knowledge is something that you learn or you absorb from reading, from hearing lectures, or from educating yourself. That's different than insight. Because when we have insights, first of all, we can't control them. Nobody can, it doesn't come from anything outside of us. It comes from within us and our connection to Allah. Because it is something it's our own life's teaching. It stays with us and it comes from within us, and it's custom tailored for us. Because it is sight into our own soul, and each person has a different soul, and we know also that each one of our souls is connected to Allah as the creator. So when you have that aha moment or that insight that comes to you and you're like, oh my gosh, I get it now. Like, I know what I need to do. I know what my next step is. It just becomes so clear, because when you have clarity, you get insights. And when you have an insight, you have clarity. Like, everything just becomes clear what you need to do. And if we hear it, then we can transform and grow and evolve, as a human being into our best self. There's times also where we know something is right, what the right next move is or step is, but we don't want to hear it. And we try to suppress that hearing or that sight that's coming from within our soul. We don't want to see it or acknowledge it. And that could be painful or hurtful, because it'll keep coming up until you see what it is you need to see. And a lot of times it'll come up through painful experiences, right? Doors being slammed shut in your face where something's not working out, and you have to pivot and you have to shift. Experiences like that. So we can't learn this wisdom somewhere else. Yes, we can hear and listen to someone else's wisdom and try to apply it in our life, but guess what? Each one of us has that inner wisdom, has that wisdom that we need to live our own life. No one has the wisdom that you need for your own life and your answers for your life or your direction. And that comes through insight, which comes from a quiet mind. And when the mind is not racing, full of scattered thoughts, in the past, if this happened, so maybe it could happen to me again in the future, and then projecting into the future and not living and being present in the present moment. Our insight is really when our mind is quiet and not racing, we can hear our connection to Allah. Because noisy, insecure thoughts that are racing, that means that we're not living in the present moment. We're worrying about the future, we're regretting the past, or making predictions that just because something happened to us in the past, or our child is behaving a certain way or made a mistake, they're going to end up, doomed, or they're going to end up a horrible person. we can't make those predictions. We don't predict the future. So, worrying, that's like living in an illusion, when we're not in the present moment, that our feelings are coming from something other than thought. It's coming from a person or a circumstance or a situation. And when we're in that illusion and we can't see it at the time, that we believe, our child's behavior, let's say they cheated on a test, is going to harm them for life, is going to dictate what type of a human being they're going to be, how they're going to, what kind of college they're going to get into, them not being an honest person. Like we can totally race to the future and assume and predict all these things, which are not true. And when we don't see it, that our feelings always come from thought in the moment, and we don't see that it's our thinking, and it feels like it's someone else or something else that's living in that illusion. And that's the wrong place to be looking, meaning that's you can call it being outside in. We never are, but you can label it that way. And that is when our ego or our nafs takes over. And that's when we start getting insecure attachments, of what the future will look like. But when we recognize that our feelings are coming from thought in the moment, and our experience is being created through thought, moment by moment, from our connection to Allah, then there's no need to look elsewhere. And then your mind is already quiet at that time. You can look within yourself, because your answers will always be there. And you know what? It may not be it's not going to be on your timeline or my timeline when I'm going to get the divine intelligence or the divine wisdom that I need to move forward. Sometimes you just have to wait patiently, and sabr and patience, and keep persisting in what you know is good, without the worry or the fear. So, and it'll hit it'll always come at the right time. Allah's timing is impeccable and perfect, and you will find Him there with the guidance and your answers to your life at the perfect time. So the insight really changes you from the inside out. It transforms you, and then with that, you can go out and do your thing and transform the world, right? Do what you're here and meant to be doing. So how do you get a quiet mind, right? How do you get a quiet mind? Some people think it's like you have to be doing something to gain this quiet mind. It's not about doing, it's more about being and having self-awareness of how you're feeling, where your feelings are coming from, staying present, having full presence and engagement in the here and the now, and the only thing that exists is the present moment. That allows you to have a higher level of consciousness and more self-awareness into yourself and to your thinking. And this proves our connection to Allah and reliance on Allah, that there is no other way to live. Without reliance and security with Allah, with us guiding us, it's scary, and we can become very insecure and off track. And look, we already come and created, equipped to have this divine wisdom and intelligence. It's already within each one of us. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anyone or go and seek it out. You already have it within. You're already custom built with this. You came here onto this earth with this. So tap into that. And my invitation to you today is really to recognize, have you had insights? Have you recognized what they were? Does it feel real for you? Like, can it feel transforming for you? Is it an aha moment for you? Do you feel that it comes from someone else's wisdom, or do you feel like you have your own wisdom? Do you hear it? Do you heed it? Can you listen to it? Is it comfortable, or do you need validation from outside of yourself to say, yes, your intuition is correct? No, I can't trust myself. I have to get this validated from someone else. If someone else or this person says it's okay, then it must be okay. Check into yourself and ask yourself, where does all of this fit in for you? And you'll just be amazed at what you'll come up with. I can't wait to hear about it. All right, talk to you soon. Take care. Peace and blessings.